Barrows, and these are the stories making headlines. The country is staring at a constitutional crisis after the Orange Democratic Movement expressed its intention to reject the proposed extension of the enactment of constitutional bills, whose deadline is set for August 27th. ODM Vice Chair Paul Otuoma, who spoke on Monday at the close of a two-day retreat, said an extension was not defensible as the Jubilee government had failed to do its work within the prescribed time. During the retreat, where the party took stock of its performance in the last half of the 11th Parliament, members supported the two-thirds gender principle, saying its implementation should be done without further delays.
However, the meeting fully supported the implementation of the two-thirds gender rule without further delays. We resolved to reject the plan to unilaterally extend the constitutional bill deadline by a year. We are not persuaded that the government side is acting in good faith.
The U.S. has threatened to, and I quote, raise the cost of intransigence following the failure of South Sudan's President Salva Kiir to sign a peace agreement with rebel leader Riek Machar in Addis Ababa on Monday. At least 7 ceasefires have already been agreed to and then shattered within days, if not hours, in the world's newest country, which broke away from Sudan in 2011. But so far, the threat of sanctions, an arms embargo, travel bans, or the freezing of assets have not had any effect. U.S. Special Envoy to South Sudan Susan Page in February said regional sanctions would be more effective than those of the U.S. as a majority of the faction's assets and families were situated in Kenya and surrounding countries. The U.S. has already placed sanctions on 4 government and rebel generals. South Sudan's civil war erupted in December of 2013 when Kiir accused his former deputy Machar of planning a coup. South Sudan's war erupted in December of 2013 when Kiir accused his former deputy Machar of planning a coup, setting off a cycle of retaliatory killings that have split the landlocked country along ethnic lines. Deputy President William Ruto has urged the Treasury to deploy resources to improve financial literacy in the country. Ruto says financial literacy will curb failure of new businesses, which he says is mainly caused by a lack of understanding on how businesses are run. Speaking at a microfinance conference on Monday, Ruto called on microfinance institutions to get alternative means of collateral apart from the traditional title deeds or logbooks so that more people can access credit even if they do not possess those commodities.
Not everybody will have property or instruments as security. The biggest challenge going into the future, and we've been having this discussion even with banks, is how do we get alternative means of security?
For more on these and other stories, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Capital FM Kenya.